is also 2:57 a.m. and I am not loving my sleep schedule. You know, every year I like to reflect, think about how I've grown, what I've learned. This year I learned my limits. I just want to wake up excited, man. So in the spirit of getting a year older, I'm gonna challenge myself to waking up every day at 5 a.m. for a week while reflecting on the lessons I learned at 20. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I did it. I'm not feeling very excited right now. It is now 6:37. I took this hour pretty chill. I tried to do my hair. Now I'm wearing a hat. Also, I did not wake up at 5 yesterday because I had to go all out for my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to set off a firework, but that's illegal right now, so we got the next best thing. Boom! 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 I was like a whole firework.
The sun's up, which is interesting because the last time I watched the sunrise, it was during an all-nighter, which leads me to lesson 1. If you don't confront it now, you have to confront it later and at a larger scale. Example A, my terrible sleep schedule. I started pulling all-nighters back in high school for whatever procrastination reasons and perfectionism. You do it once and then you forget about it. But at this point, every single time I have an unfinished assignment or project, I just say screw it and I pull another all-nighter. It used to be a day, but now I just feel miserable for a week. I don't know, just don't do dumb things. Think about the consequences before you do something. I'm gonna do some work now. Maybe cafes are opening, so maybe I'll go to a cafe. I'm gonna go on a run. Hello. It is now 5:55. Sorry, not sorry for the ASMR. So basically, before I hated waking up, cardio was actually my least favorite thing to do. And then last semester, my friend asked me to run a half marathon that was in 2 weeks.
Didn't you sign up like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could do hard things, so I said yes. And every night for those 2 weeks, I would train, even if it meant running at like midnight. I still almost died at the half, but miraculously, running feels kind of peaceful to me now. Which brings me to lesson 2. Someone's parking their bike. I'm going back to ASMR. You can genuinely do anything you put your mind to. You just have to want it enough. But also, you can't have everything, so choose wisely. I'm just spitting out these cliches, but they're a cliche for a reason. Most of the time you won't see immediate results, and when that happens, I do this thing called coping. So like one phrase that I really like to tell myself was, if you can do things you hate with a smile on your face, then you're invincible. You know, I wouldn't run with a smile on my face because I would still like be dying, but as a metaphor. Anyways, check out my Strava. I was like barely able to run a mile for a few days, and then 2 miles, 4 miles, 8 miles. That's crazy. 13.21 miles, bruh. That's wild. Okay, I was yapping for so long. It's 6:16 now. I want to go on a run. Bruh. Bruh, is this even appealing? Bruh, this is so... Same thing with running while filming Nike. I kinda hate this. Okay, that was good enough. Also, no pressure to go too big, you know what I'm saying? Make it fun for yourself. For example, this is a funny shape. Doesn't that look like hyperpigmentation a little bit? You know, doing things you hate, it's not fun, but maybe you don't actually hate the thing. You just hate the discomfort of starting something new. Because you're gonna be bad. You're gonna suck ass, bro. You're gonna... I'm so tired. This is so hard. Should we read or something? Let's read. Okay, so it literally took me an hour to get out of bed, but I'm awake and I'm reading this book that I found in my house over winter break, which leads me to lesson 3. You are what you eat, so consume with intention, because maybe this book is the reason why I'm reflecting so hard on my 20th year. There are certain things that you consume that you can curate, but with things like the strangers that you meet in social environment, those are more so out of your control. And I feel like the best thing you can do there is let go of your self-importance, listen to others, and trust and learn from their experiences. I really struggle to accept the fact that there's so many external factors that shape my day-to-day life and how I feel, which low-key might be a me problem, but you know, you can learn something from everyone and everything. So having an open mind and a sense of curiosity that moves you past surface level perception is really important, because that's when you eat good. Let's go. My skin has had its ups and downs, but I think this is generally the worst it's ever been, because usually when it would get bad it would only be in the forehead, but now it's like spread to the cheeks and stuff. In the summer it was so clear. One day last semester I woke up and it looked like I cried blood, and ever since then my skin has just been so bad. And I don't know, for some people breaking out has like so many different factors, like diets, hormones, genetics and stuff, but I'm 90% confident that for me the biggest factor is stress. So I see my skin as a genuine reflection of my mental state, and then I get insecure looking at my face and presenting myself to the world, because it just shows that I'm really not at my best right now. But that leads me to lesson 4. Vulnerability is a superpower. You know, perfectionism is stupid. I'm scared of giving people the ick, but I always just tell myself, embrace the cringe and operate out of love rather than fear. Plus, I also find it an honor and a privilege to be able to witness someone else's cringy parts, because that's what opens you up to deeper connections and a better understanding of the world. The perfect person doesn't exist, so instead of lying to myself and the world, I feel like it's so much more fulfilling to actually explore my insecurities and dive deeper into them. Circling back to my skin, instead of running from the problem, I dove deeper into the reasons of why I was so stressed, because sometimes behind all that stress is just things that you really care about, and you just have to figure out how to channel that passion better. The sun's up. I've been going to bed at like 10 p.m. but today I have so much work to do. I don't know when I'll be able to sleep. Perhaps I'll be really miserable tomorrow morning, but we'll see. Okay, I finished my work for the day, but it is now 3:05 a.m. and I feel like I failed. My 20-year-old self would just say screw it and wake up at 5 anyways, to not feel any shame and keep this sense of pride. But I guess my 5th lesson is that pride is the source of shame. So if I just let go of my pride, then I don't have to feel the shame. It would literally be so stupid and unhealthy of me to just get 2 hours of sleep, when the whole point of this challenge was to fix my sleep schedule. Have some self-respect, bro. It's never that deep. I'm still gonna wake up at 5 a.m. though. I'll just go right back to sleep, I guess. Yeah, this isn't happening. It's 9:07 p.m. It's time to make a comeback. I'm gonna meditate, make sure I fall asleep immediately, and we're getting up at 5. Why did I feel like I was spinning in the chair? I'm ready for a comeback. Also got mouth tape because I'm a mouth breather, so let's see how good my sleep really is tonight. Am I gonna suffocate? I don't know. used to taking in. I can't believe I'm like talking right now. That's crazy. Wait, let me try something. Okay, good night. See you in the morning. Fuck. I slept a little too well. Okay, so I failed. And I feel pretty low. Just kidding, I don't feel that bad. Rejuvenated, kind of. But I still failed. And that's okay, because we'll get it back tomorrow. It's 6:30 a.m. So, low-key, I think that's a win. Because it's still super early. And I'm happy. But let's say this failure really got to me. Sometimes when you try, you fail. And you get back up in a safe environment. Which brings me to lesson 6. Cherish your biggest supporters. These are the people that will be there for you when you are failing and when you are at your lowest. They come in so many different forms. But when you recognize a real one, just hold on tight. For me, my family is filled with real ones, which is why this year I got this tattoo.
I'm getting a tattoo.
It's a family portrait. Yeah, so that's my tattoo. Got it almost a year ago. But it's a good reminder of who got your back. And that's how I chose to cherish my biggest supporters. Let's go. We did it. Last day. The grocery store's open. Let's go. Throughout the process of making this video, I hadn't realized how reflective I would truly become, even though most of it was in ASMR. My 20th year was definitely one of my hardest years yet. I transferred to a new school, which brought a new environment, new systems, new social dynamics, and I just had to face being bad at so many things that I was trying so hard to be good at. I ended up overloading myself with work and ultimately burnt out, thinking simple things like waking up in the morning was miserable, which then made me more upset knowing that I put myself in this situation. But the thing about being young is that you're going to mess up even when you're trying to be your absolute best, because whether you like it or not, you still lack experience. Even though I struggle a lot and found myself genuinely unhappy, I truly am so grateful that I have the privilege to struggle chasing my dreams. So my final lesson from this year is the popular phrase, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again while expecting different results. I could continue to lay in bed sulking and wondering why I still feel this way, or I could take action and try something new to combat it. And I think the first step for me is to genuinely fix my sleep schedule. And so I'm glad I did this challenge. Time will continue to pass by and things will inevitably change. But instead of just letting life change me, I hope this is the year I change my life. Here's to 21.
Wait, did I give anyone my wallet?
Yes, I have it.
Thank fuck.